Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Are we live? Are we live? It looks like we're live. Gonna call the boy real quick. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? How we doing today? How we doing? Actually, I should screw it. Let me do this. Where is it? Wait, something's not right.
Hello?
Okay, no, everything's okay. I think not really. Wait, actually, no, they are. Hold on, let me do this. Yeet and yeet and talk again.
Testing, test.
Talk one more time.
Test.
Interesting. Why is it coming to May 50s? Oh, and as soon as we start, the what's it called? Cuphead was done downloading. So there we
Oh,
are.
really?
Yeah. Wait, talk one more time.
Hello.
Okay, cool. Okay, because you were coming through my A50s, but I have resolved that issue. Everything.
I'm on a boss right now. I'm trying to finish it.
Oh, boss for what game?
Cuphead.
Oh, okay. Very, very good. I can very, very good. That's nice. That's nice. But yeah, I just finished downloading. What's up, Epic Master? What's up, World's Toughest Fatties? I believe that's a great name. How you doing?
I feel like Epic hasn't been in the chat for a while.
I know. I haven't seen Epic in a while. Epic, how you been, bro? I haven't seen you in a minute. I'm glad you could make it. But yeah, I thought that Cuphead was good and downloaded last week when we got the codes, and so I was just gonna make time sometime this weekend to play it. And because of a little game called Days Gone, didn't allocate that time properly. So I was gonna play it this morning. However, I realized that it never downloaded.
It's all good.
So that's where
This
we're at.
game is testing me.
Testing you. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. we
God.
will talk a lot more about it during the
Specifically this
official
boss.
podcast. Specifically this
But
now. But is that the first boss, or is this like second,
no.
third that we'll talk about? Okay.
So
Well,
alright, I gotta stop.
I know this is like show talk, but you can
I
still
know.
keep
Well, this
playing.
is pre-show. This is pre-show.
Yeah, you can still keep playing if you need to. I'm just gonna share the link around and make sure we a okay.
Uh,
But
hot off the press
hot off the press.
from my friend Omar.
Shout out Omar.
Phil Lord and Chris Miller sign a deal with Sony Pictures TV. Will develop Spider-Man Universe TV series.
I saw that. I saw that. I'm about
Via
it.
deadline.
I'm
That is
really
exciting.
about it. I'm really about it because I'm sure many of you probably are well aware, probably not. I'm sure Christian is, if anyone. But Back to the Future was my favorite movie of all time. Before Spider-Verse came out, right?
Right.
And then that not ruined it, but it just overtook Back to the Future. So Spider-Verse is really my favorite movie of all time, and like that's a fact. So to get more of that, I hope it still has that quality. But considering that they have the original people from Spider-Verse on this, it's safe to say that it will have the same quality. There should be no issue with that, you know. So
Yeah, I bet it's gonna be good.
yeah, we should be a-okay on that front. But
Also,
well, I guess we can talk a little bit about a little movie that came out.
can we?
I'm not talking spoilers, but just maybe overall just impressions. You know what I'm saying? Just some service level light work. We don't want to spoil the people if you haven't
Hmm.
seen it. And please, no spoilers in the chat. Spoilers are not funny. They're very, very
Even fake
hurtful.
spoilers, you get banned.
Dead ass.
Don't test me.
We
Don't test me. I'm serious about this.
Christian is serious. He's not playing. He's not playing, boys. He will ban you.
If you want to test me, you'll get banned.
You know what? Someone test him. I dare you.
No, please don't. 'Cause then you're really gonna be banned. This isn't a joke. If you do it, if you test it, you're
I'm
gonna be
sorry.
banned.
Okay, do not test him, but oh man. Oh man. But yeah, Endgame was a doozy. It was indeed a doozy.
Very good.
Is it your favorite MCU movie?
I had to see it a second time.
Oh,
It's
so
not
you
my
have,
favorite, but I think it's the number one.
it's not your favorite, but okay. So, are you, now that what do you mean by that? I guess is my main question.
I have like more of an attachment to Winter Soldier, Spider-Man: Homecoming, and Guardians 2
Right.
because I love those movies to death. I could watch them a million times and never get sick of them.
Now,
But
mm-hmm.
Endgame, I think, is the best movie they've made.
Okay.
after, because I do my ranking for Excelsior on JoyClicks, my Marvel
Right.
show.
Of course. Of course.
Um, as of recording the episode review on Friday, which is now live,
Mm-hmm.
which you can watch after this if you've seen the movie. Um, as of then, I said it was number 2.
So it was number 2.
Yes, but
Wait.
I only saw it once by then.
Upon first viewing, you saw it as number 2, but what was still above it?
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. Okay. Very, very
Winter
good,
Soldier, I think, like, Endgame is their best achievement, I think,
yeah. Right.
as far as, like, doing something on film goes. Winter Soldier, I think, might still be the best quality storytelling they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, best narrative and best character. But as far as making a movie goes, I think Endgame is the best one.
Interesting. Okay.
That's where I stand on it now. I wasn't able to express that opinion
Right.
when I recorded Friday because I had not seen the movie yet, but that's how I feel about it.
I see. I see.
Or I
right.
did see it, I just didn't see it a second time yet.
Yeah. I just have to watch it a second time, and unfortunately, I tried to watch it this weekend again, but it was sold out in every single time slot that I could imagine. So,
You want to know how good the movie is?
how good the
I
movie
forgot
is?
about this. So the second time I saw it, we had a crying baby in the theater.
Oh no.
We went out like 4, me and my girlfriend. It was like 4. She already saw it at that point. I already saw it at that point. But we went. The movie was still good. I still cried, and there was a crying baby that was making noise like probably every 5 minutes.
Listen here.
And it was still good.
I hope that heaven. Okay, well, I believe it's Christian, my man, right?
Yeah.
I assume
I was more upset for the people that were seeing it for the first time than I was upset about myself.
I assume you will eventually, at some point in life, have kids, correct? You know what I'm saying? I assume so, perhaps.
Probably.
Maybe, you know what I'm saying? We'll see, likely, but you know what I'm saying? And I think it's likely that I will as well, right? I will never, ever bring my kid to a movie like that. Absolutely not. I can't do it. If it's like a kid's movie, right? Then that's a little bit of a different story because you might go into it expecting a few kiddos to be in the crowd. But
I mean, here's my thing. I get if you're a fan, but you're being selfish at that point.
Absolutely, 110%.
And when you have a kid, if you're not ready to miss out on movies and get spoiled on them, you're not ready to have a kid.
I'm gonna have to agree. Listen, my kid will not be ruining any sort of movie experience that I have, nor anyone else around me. That even if I don't know them, I would not want to be that guy that has that kid that ruins it. Absolutely not. Shout out to the Starks in the chat, the boy. Shout out to you. I don't think it makes sense to bring a baby, but a kid doesn't cry during a movie unless it's the baby,
It was definitely a toddler because it was saying a few words, I think.
Interesting.
So maybe 3 or 4.
I don't think I'll bring I mean, if
the thing is, also, it's a 3-hour movie the second day.
Yeah, that's yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if can a baby even sit still unless if it's not like asleep for 3 hours long. Like, I mean,
and it's an action movie too.
Yeah, it's loud. It's gonna disrupt the baby's mental state. Not like mental.
Bad parenting call.
That's what I'm gonna have to say. I'm gonna have to agree. All right, I'm ready to go. I just need to make sure. Oh my God, my Switch is now in like 1,000 updates right now. This is crazy. But you know what? If you're ready to go, sir.
I'm ready to go.
Wait, we have one last comment from the Starks about Endgame, and then we'll continue. But listen, guys, I was bawling during Endgame. I was afraid people would have told me to stop sniffing. I was so upset. No, I cried multiple times.
Oh yeah,
I cried. It was very how I put it, like, it was just very taxing. Like, it was a lot. I felt exhausted after that movie. You know what I'm saying?
I got out at like 9:30. I had to come back. I laid down. I took a Tylenol, and then I went to bed.
Like, I really, oh my God.
I was in pain.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like, my head hurt from crying so hard.
It was a lot, but
The movie wasn't bad, but feelings were bad.
a lot of emotions for sure. But all right, I say let's get right into it.
I'm good to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 36 of Cross Circle, the official podcast for PlayStation Source. I'm your moderator, Christian Buckley. Joining me is Kevin Diaz.
Salutations. Why? Hello. Salutations.
Hello.
How we doing?
Hello. How was your weekend, Kevin?
It was good. Very, very good. Pretty calm, quiet weekend. Not anything wild. I feel like not feel like I am like dwindling down in the semester. I end on Wednesday. Officially.
That's my last day of classes too.
Hey, it's lit. So
But I have exams after. So.
I don't have exams. I don't have exams. Just like every project that I'm working on is done on Wednesday.
Okay.
So with that being said, like I've had a little more free time, which is nice. I'm getting used to that free time I have now, so that's really good. But overall, we saw a movie. Pretty aight, you know what I'm saying? It was like whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was like a 6 at best, but a 72 if you will.
Or 68.
Or a 68 if you will. But overall it's pretty good. Pretty good.
So I know you've been playing a little Days Gone. Do you want to give a quick few words on that? Because I know you have plans for some more formal coverage of a review of sorts.
I feel
maybe not a review.
I feel like an impressions, at least this week, is up to call. I believe that's up to bat. But just quick, like I don't know. Just quick, I guess, impressions just for you for the show. I am enjoying the game. I am enjoying it, and it's something that I talked to Christian about. I don't know if it's any bias that is why, but so what I strategically did for this game when we got the Metascore, right, is I wanted to read everything. I wanted to see what people were talking about that was negative and go into the game with that. And usually I don't do that. Right,
I wanted to be there for it.
Yeah.
Because I was at work. I pulled the stream up. I wanted to see your reactions.
Yeah. So we essentially on that stream went around and read everything what they said. It was live, and I wanted to like fully try to fight any bias I could have with this game. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just for the sake of it. Because usually I tend to not look at anything and just go in with my own opinion. Right. But this one with the negativity around it, not negativity straight up, but just like, not
Criticism?
praise. Yeah. With the criticism. Yeah. I want to go into it knowing all those things and just experiencing from that angle, but I mean, I'm like 15 hours in, 12 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to play right now. And I don't know what that says, but I am just I'm just being honest. Like I don't know what to tell y'all, but I'm enjoying the game right now. So
yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah, I do have my gripes. I do have my issues with it. And a lot of them are like pretty sore thumbs that are pretty just out there in the game. But
right.
From a general standpoint, overall, like if we were to hold a gun to my head and be like, hey, rate this game, I would do like 70, 75. Something like that. Right. So if you're doing 10-point scale, 7.5.
And we were talking about this earlier over text.
Mm-hmm.
The way you feel about it now, you mentioned how many hours in are you again?
I'm 12 to 15.
Okay.
There isn't a time counter on the game, but just based off the play sessions I've had and how on the streams I've been, that's why I'm getting that number. And I have played off stream too, but.
And the reportings are it's around 60 hours, right?
Yeah, I think I've been hearing 40 to 60.
Okay.
40 to 60, but I don't know. And I think there was something where Sony Ben put out like this 30-hour experience, and everyone's like, wait, dude, like what 30 hours are you talking about? Like this, like there is no way you're beating this game in 30 hours. And I don't know if that 30-hour number was just solely based off of just main missions.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like you really can't beat some of the main missions without doing the side stuff to better yourself overall in the game. So that's why I'm like, huh. But yeah. So it is a long game. I feel like I have a lot way to go. Luckily, I don't have any game that I need to play, other than like Katana Zero that I really want to get to.
Right.
But yeah. So at least for right now on the PS4. other than Fortnite Endgame mode, which is amazing, and Apex, I'm pretty clear on everything. And it looks like you want to talk about the Endgame mode because I love it too. But
So, me and my co-hosts on Excelsior, a Marvel podcast, which I've mentioned already on the pre-show,
shout out to Excelsior podcast. Shout out.
we tried to do a let's play for the Endgame
Fortnite
mode.
LTM, yeah.
Didn't go too well. I'm gonna try and make
Really?
it something funny, but we had technical problems from the studio we were using and the Wi-Fi connection and choppy connection and stuff like that. But I was gonna say, did you see what the leaked outfit is for the second week of this
I did not.
on the shop?
I did not.
So obviously, you know, if you sign on, you can see $15 you get Black Widow.
Yes.
Apparently, this leaked. Not sure how true it is, but it was a 3D model.
Okay.
Star-Lord,
Fuck me.
which I am buying immediately if that drops this week. 'Cause it looks really cool.
God. I think I'll actually buy if it's a Cap suit. I think I have to buy it on principle.
Yeah.
I really got to, but
I've got some store credit on Switch, so I might use that to get the Black Widow outfit too while it's here.
gotcha.
So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes. But I think this is a better thought out mode than the Thanos mode from last year.
Yeah. It's I love this game mode. I love it.
It feels a lot more balanced.
It definitely it's a lot more fun, a lot balanced, and like what I actually was surprised about. I know this whole show isn't about this and whatever, but just to quickly get through it. Like I didn't anticipate having this much fun on both ends of the spectrum, whether you're playing the hero side or the Chitauri side. Like either way, there's a lot of fun to be had, no matter what,
Yeah, exactly. You get a lot of
I love
different
it.
ways to play Fortnite, so it's cool.
Very, very fun.
But yeah, that in my free time this weekend, because I have been very busy, I played a match or two of that. I've also been playing some Cuphead,
Interesting.
but I don't own an Xbox.
That's true. Indeed.
I've been playing Cuphead on my Nintendo Switch,
Beautiful.
courtesy of Studio MDHR and Pop Agenda.
Yep, Pop Agenda, this should be the codes. We got the codes via Pop Agenda. Shout out to them. Shout out to Jen.
So, yeah, I'm playing some Cuphead. Cuphead, probably for, I want to say at least 8 months, I've been saying Cuphead should come to the Switch just because it's perfect for it. I don't know why. It's just I've always felt like that.
I feel like everyone has felt that way. Like, everyone, like, once they saw Cuphead, have just been like, no, this should be a Switch game, 100%,
Exactly, yeah. And the art style's so great. I love the aesthetic of, like, the old, like, Steamboat Willie, Felix the Cat, old, like, style of cartoon like that from the 30s and 40s.
Very, very unique.
The big band soundtrack is great. I've probably played, like, 2 hours of it.
Okay.
And I am not far because this is a hard game.
Oh man, yeah, that was I before because I know when I forgot when we were talking about this, Christian, but I like brought up the notion that like I'm a little bit not scared, but low key hesitant. Oh, shout out Lone Chemist, shout out the boy. Definitely just not at all scared. We're just like, man, like I hate being stuck in games. I fucking hate it. Like I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it whenever.
Oh, we were
I'm
talking
stuck.
about that when you were asking me about Sekiro, which I haven't had the chance to keep up with.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So,
Like,
yeah, just again been super busy. So, I'm testing the waters on some things.
Gotcha.
But Cuphead, I don't think I'm like bad at video games. There's a few games that I'm better than a lot of people at.
Right.
And platformers, I really like a lot of platformers, specifically 3D platformers, but I feel like I'm pretty good at 2D platformers. People have called Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze an insanely hard game. I'm pretty good at it.
Right.
I got max lives on that thing.
Right.
I'm good at Tropical Freeze. Cuphead is hard.
Now, here's what I want to ask you, right? So we need to somehow determine what hard games have we both played, right? So you haven't played Celeste, right?
No.
Okay.
I played, I'll say from this generation and change, I guess, a little crossover with last. The hard games I've played are Bloodborne,
Okay.
Sekiro,
Okay.
Tropical Freeze. What other hard games do I own?
Yeah, because if we can find something that we both played, that we both beat, we can probably find some sort of comparison that we can make to Cuphead and see if it's really hard or just something that I can actually overcome. Because, like, for example, like I've played Celeste, right?
Right.
Love that game to death. I think is one of the best games I've ever played in my life. It's definitely
Right.
top five, right? So, and that game was famous for being difficult, you know.
Yes.
But for me personally, right, it was difficult,
Mhm.
but I really didn't ever feel like I was actually like stuck or actually just not be able to beat it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's a point in Messenger that is harder than anything I've ever done in Celeste, right? And I beat through
Really?
Messenger as well. Yeah, 100%. Like there was
Okay.
one part where I'm just like, I have no idea what to do, and I tried this. I'm like, there's no way this could work, and it worked. So I'm like, huh, like that's interesting. But so considering that I've been Celeste with a pretty generally, just somewhat not easy but straightforward time with it. Like it was hard, but I got through it.
Yeah.
Messenger had a little bit of difficulty towards the second half of the game, and a little bit the first half, but not as big as the second half. Like first half was very similar of difficulty to like Celeste. I feel where it was
Mhm.
still pretty straightforward. There were some hiccups in me getting stuck in some places, but overall I made it through. But second half there was one specific part where I'm like, man, Jesus, man, like this is really testing me. But
Yeah.
I got through both those games, so I just want to see what it's like in comparison to Cuphead.
So unfortunately, I have not played Celeste, so I can't compare well to that.
Right, yeah.
But for a visual,
Okay,
I think I've probably played maybe 2 hours of Cuphead so far. I have my Switch pulled up right here,
okay, beautiful. We got live.
and as soon as you can see it, okay.
Gotcha.
So
Is this where like you select levels? Because I should probably
yeah,
mention here, I also have Cuphead. It's just my download really messed up. I don't know what happened, but I wasn't able to download it until today. So I
okay.
thought this download didn't get to play it, so I haven't played it yet. But it looks like is this
So
wait?
this is the map.
Oh, it's a map
If
to
you,
select
it's an
messes.
overworld,
Okay, gotcha. Okay. I see.
and let's see here. So this is where you start. This is where you get your tutorial little trial area mission.
Okay, interesting.
So I walk down here, right?
Uh huh.
There's a bridge to cross. There's this little strawberry man here, or an apple. I can't really tell from here. I went down, and there's a vegetable garden right here. You
Okay.
can see it.
Okay. Shout out veggies.
And in this vegetable garden, it's a three-stage boss fight. There's a carrot, there's a potato, and I believe it's an onion.
Okay.
That one probably took a little while. That was the first thing I completed in this game that was not the tutorial.
Okay.
Then I was like, "There's that angry-looking coin guy right there. He might steal some of my money."
How
So
long
I
would you say it take you to beat that second boss? That's not the tutorial.
maybe like 30 minutes
Okay. Okay.
of like just trying to get the timing right.
Get the technique going. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So there's this little coin guy down there. It's hard to see,
Okay. Yeah, I see him
um,
over the right hand side. Gotcha.
but he looks kind of angry, right? Look at him. He's like looking back and forth.
Oh, yo, he is not. Damn, he is really. He has some sort of bag in his hand. Interesting.
Yeah.
Eh,
So like I figured, hey, he might try to steal my money. So instead I went up, and then I see this little target here.
Okay.
And that is the first like level. Because remember originally Cuphead was supposed to be a boss rush, and then they added a campaigns levels
Yeah.
and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So just for example, I'll boot this up real quick. So you can see I'm gonna have a horrible time controlling this. I just want to show you.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, gotcha. How's the game running on Switch? Is it running pretty okay?
Perfect, 60 frames.
It's all
I think
good?
I'm pretty sure it's 60, but it's no stuttering at all.
Okay, I see.
So yeah, this is where the how the game goes. It's platforming.
Can you
I only
possibly
have
tilt your Switch
yeah, it's
frontward?
pretty. It's
Yeah,
hard to see here.
yeah. The expo. Okay, there we go. Raspberry. Okay, Raspberry's
This
pretty
is
good.
not ideal, but yeah, see.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
get you get 3 hits and then you're out.
Okay. Can
Um,
you upgrade that? Can you? Do you know or?
I believe you can. I have not been able to yet.
Gotcha. Okay, I see. Interesting.
So I just wanted to show that off because it's I love it, but it is frustrating.
Damn.
And that first boss was satisfying, like
Mm.
same sort of reason I feel about the Souls games. When you fight a boss and you finish it finally, it's satisfying. I did that one, and then I found another area highlighted in the overworld. It
Mhm.
wasn't like a level like that target was.
Mm-hmm.
It was it was a interactable object. It was a tree this time instead of a garden.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, this is probably just a boss. So I went up to it. It's a slime-looking thing. Like, you remember the blue slimes from Dragon Quest?
I never played Dragon Quest.
Well, like the guy. That's the thing from Dragon Quest.
Okay.
The little blue jello thing.
Yes. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
It looks like that, and it just bounces around, and then it grows the more the boss fight goes on.
Uh-huh.
And the way, like, I don't know if it's a randomized movement, but it's so hard to lock the pattern down.
Man.
And if it hits the side of the, it moves around. It has gravity, but it moves around the screen like the DVD thing.
Oh, shit. Okay.
But it's still touching the ground. It's not like floating or anything. But if it hits the side, depending on where on the side of the screen it hits,
Yeah.
it will knock down a different trajectory. So it's hard to tell an eye
Gotcha.
where this thing's going to land.
Gotcha.
You get 3 hits and then you're dead.
Yeah, I feel you. I see what you're saying.
So
interesting.
But like the art style, the music, and the design of everything has me so hooked that I'm absolutely going to play more of this, and I'm going to beat my head against the wall until I get as far as I can in this game.
So then, with that being said, are you dedicated to beating this game?
I would like to. I don't know how realistic it is.
Right.
Anytime soon, but maybe by the end of June,
Gotcha.
I might have some pretty solid progress in Cuphead.
Damn, and you're talking months away. Oh my god.
I mean, because like think about it right now. I'm wrapping up school, and then I got most of May, and then June.
Gotcha.
I feel like I could probably do some solid progress bouncing off other games between then.
I see.
But I really like it. I think it's a very well-designed game, and obviously they put so much work into it, and I appreciate that because it comes through in every single square inch of art in that game.
TLC, a lot of care.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
so I'm interested to see how you feel once you get a chance to, because you're not usually one for hard games, like you were saying.
Honestly, I'm not. Like, cause I guess I need to define this, right? So, I think that I appreciate a challenge in the game, right? I appreciate it. I like the feeling of overcoming it. Like the last boss battle in Messenger actually had me going insane. Like I actually feel like I lost a piece of myself, low key. I was there in that bed. I started at 10:30, and I didn't beat it till like 12:15. And I was dying to beat it. I just wanted to get through. I just wanted to see the end of Messenger. Like, I wanted to see what happened. But I knew it was the last one. And that took me a very long time to beat. Like, I was very... Not as much as, like, angry. I was just like, man, like, I'm this close. Like, I'm so close. I know I can do it. And what I feel like was the last level in Messenger is, like, the peak of what I will tolerate from a hard game, right? And what I mean by that is that in the last boss fight of Messenger, I knew exactly what I needed to do, right? By like maybe, I want to say by my 10th try, I knew each phase, and I knew exactly what I needed to do to execute it, but I know that I had to do like a perfect run in the beginning few phases to give myself leeway if I mess up in the last phases and get as close as I can to beating it, right? You know, that's how it played out, right? So I guess, I don't know if you can tell with Cuphead this early, but is that the type of difficulty I'll be facing where you will soon understand what you had to do to beat this boss is just going to take a lot of precision and a lot of just knowing what you have to do and saving your lives in the beginning half of the phase and, you know, saving up your lives before you get to phase 3 or the last phase in this whole thing? Like, is that what we're dealing with here, or is it just a hard game that just doesn't have any forgiveness, I guess?
So for me, when it was the level I was trying to get through, there was a certain point that felt like halfway through the game, and when you die, it shows you how close you got to the end of the level.
Oh my god!
Even on bosses,
that's gonna kill me. That's gonna drive me insane. Oh,
so it was like trial and error to the point where, like, if I didn't reach a certain point, without losing a piece of health,
right,
I would just want to start over. So, like, if I couldn't get halfway without losing a bar, I would just, like, okay, hit the other 2 and let me restart.
Gotcha.
And and then I was able to work with the 3 health and like take some damage and like ration out where I lost health once I learned the level more. So it's kind of brute forcing it, but I really think that there's a lot to get out of Cuphead so far.
Gotcha.
So, and also I just remembered this too when you were talking about Messenger. Dead Cells was pretty tough.
Oh
and you
my
had a great time with Dead
God.
Cells, right?
Yeah, that's actually a brilliant example. Wow, I didn't even think about that.
And Dead
Yeah.
Cells also was a lot of like learning
Yeah.
based on trial and error.
Dead Cells is probably the hardest game. And you know what? No, yeah, scratch that. Dead Cells is the hardest platformer. Well, not platformer, but like 3D side-scrolling game I've ever played in my life. Yeah,
Yeah,
not 3D, 2D, but
Yeah, I think if you survive Dead Cells, it'll probably be fine doing Cuphead.
well, I didn't even survive it technically. Like I didn't even beat it. If you remember
Right,
that,
but
yeah,
you like stuck with it. It was enough to like keep you
Yeah,
hooked in
yeah.
and wanting to get better at it.
yeah,
And with this, the bonus compared to Dead Cells would be it's not procedurally generated at all.
gotcha. So it's a little bit,
So
yeah, it's a little bit more.
You're
predictable,
able to learn it more.
right, yeah. Dead Cells is just, man, like you gotta have like the also premise of my review, like you gotta have like the perfect run, and it's gonna
Right.
take you forever and a day. But as long as you can just acquire as much knowledge you can get through it. But yeah, yeah. So okay, well I guess I'll see. And I wish that Katana Zero was not out right now because I would love to dedicate my whole time to this. But the
Yeah.
fact that I know Katana Zero is accessible right there, and I really want
It's
to
also
play it.
very short from what I've heard. I heard it's 4
Katana
hours.
Zero. Yeah, yeah, and I don't know if I want to get through Katana Zero and then play Cuphead, or just play both.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
that's
know. I
perfectly
don't know what
fair
to do.
too.
I don't know. I'm probably just gonna get through Cuphead now that I have it,
Mm.
and just we'll see how long that takes. But yeah. So that's that. So shout out to Cuphead. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Glad you're
Yeah,
enjoying
I'm
it.
excited to play more of it. So.
Interesting. Okay.
But this week's topic, in line with Cuphead, coming out on Switch recently, I want to have a conversation about, sort of in very broad strokes, the future, because I feel like this is a realistic thing to talk about. Xbox games that we wish were on either every console, the PlayStation, probably like that, like something that's realistic. I'm not saying like Halo because that's like the I feel like that's such an old thing to say, like, oh, I really wish Halo 3 was on PS3 instead of
Interesting.
Killzone, you know? I'm talking like interesting things that are experiences that we want to have, but Xbox has them behind their own thing. It seems like next gen they're going to be a little more liberal with their games
Yeah.
and where they're posting those things around. Obviously, we already have Cuphead on Switch. Ori was rumored to become to Switch also. I won't be surprised if that drops this year as well.
Yeah.
So I want to give an example to kick things off.
Okay.
So there's a game that came out last year, exclusive to the Xbox and Windows Store, that I feel like would be fantastic on Switch and probably pretty good on PS4 as well, because there's nothing like this.
Okay.
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Let me sell you.
Okay, no.
Let me give you a little bait. Let me give you a little breadcrumb trail to follow.
Give me a little bait. Go ahead, sir.
So Sea of Thieves is cool because of the co-op.
That's fair. It's a fair
Sea of
point.
Thieves is alone in a world where there are no games based on pirates, aside from maybe Assassin's Creed 4, but there's no like real investment on a game about pirates.
Right.
Pirates can be really cool, especially if you got your crew. Fortnite's doing pirates now. They obviously know pirates are fun. I feel like Sea of Thieves would be really cool, one for the Switch with that local co-op aspect, but also on PS4, just because most of my friends play PS4, and having that squad, having that crew of mates sailing around the sea, I feel like you make your own fun. Also, that game has been supported very well since it launched. If you want to make a comparison, I haven't seen as much people talking about it as this game, but No Man's Sky also launched
That's
in a
what I was
similar
gonna
way.
say. Yeah.
Much worse reception at first, but No Man's Sky is like what is holding off one of my most anticipated things from this year now with No Man's Sky VR. So Sea of Thieves, from what I know about the expansions, what I know about the community that's kind of come back into the swing of it, I feel like could find a cool Second Life, sort of No Man's Sky next like thing by launching on other consoles with all the content included that they've updated so far. And I feel like that's a pretty decent thing because again, there's no pirate games. There's Assassin's Creed. There's that Ubisoft one that looks kind of bland.
Bones and Skulls, Skull and Bones,
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones. Yeah, yeah, I feel that.
But yeah, there's nothing like it right now, and I feel like it's an experience that would benefit being in more places.
Yeah, I guess the only quality that saw that I liked in Sea of Thieves was the social aspect of it. Especially like when it was like week 1 or week 2 of it launching, or probably both weeks. There's a lot of like streamers that I believe got endorsed to play by Microsoft, but regardless, they were playing Sea of Thieves together, and it seems like they were having a lot of fun with it. Just with the co-op. Oh my god, I hit the crap out of my desk with Mini. But like the like social aspect of like playing with someone and playing with it in a group, in a friend group, seems pretty fun.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. But I feel like both Sea of Thieves and No Man's Sky kind of fall in that same thing of where like it's almost like they like give you a ton of tools, and they give you just this aspect of like go be imaginative and go like run wild. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there isn't. I don't know. It just doesn't vibe with me as something that I would like to play, even though I did enjoy No Man's Sky. And I enjoyed No Man's Sky vanilla, like when it first came out for like what it was. But
yeah, I did too, and I think No Man's Sky now is like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I haven't gone back. I know you've talked a lot about how it's drastically improved and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I would try it, but then again, I don't know.
Because you also have to think too, like a lot of the appeal to Sea of Thieves was having a massive install base,
right,
and just having a lot of players,
right.
But that fell off either after the Game Pass trial ended,
Yeah.
Because the game was accessible via Game Pass when it launched. Mm-hmm. So how much of that player base that was playing and keeping that game active was only in there for a month,
Right.
But they launched the game on multiple systems and have it crossplay. I feel like that solves that issue there. And then just add that into the mix with all the content they've added since then. Again, unrivaled experience. There's no multiplayer pirate game that's like fun like this, I think Fortnite, in the like realm of battle royales, Fortnite is appealing because it has a fun attitude.
Yes.
Sea of Thieves has that style that could make it be a fun attitude in like the only competition, which is Ubisoft. So
right, I see. Now
that's why I just want to try that game out at some point.
Yeah, I feel that. I took this whole topic a very different route.
What are you thinking?
I was just thinking like what Xbox experiences that have been exclusive traditionally. I know a lot of them now are on PC and all that, but in the Xbox brand, do I feel like I'm missing on this side?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I still think that probably. Yeah, I think we're on the same page still.
Kinda, yeah. But one of my examples was Halo. So
right.
That's because that's something that okay. So just to clarify, I have never owned an Xbox console. Number one, I want to say I've played Xbox as a whole a handful of times, like very limited in me actually playing an Xbox console or let alone an Xbox game. I've played, I believe, local multiplayer on Halo 2. I think it was. It could have been, was it OST? Halo OST? Like
ODST.
ODST, excuse me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I need to shut up my phone. But I'm pretty sure I've experienced those things. But very much not at all. Never owned Xbox console, like I said before, whatever. So very limited knowledge in all of these things. But for me, Halo just intrigues me, right? I feel like there is something there that I think I would personally like, and especially talking about the multiplayer and the way the game feels, right? Because the only Bungie game I've played, which is Destiny, which I love and adore. You love and adore as well.
Yes.
You know,
I
it
look back fondly.
yeah, it waxes and wanes, but overall, I think it's safe to say that we both enjoy Destiny. You know, as a game.
Yeah.
And like one of the big reasons why I enjoy Destiny is the way the game feels. The gameplay loop of it is super tight. It feels great. You feel powerful when you get new guns and just stuff like that. It's a great game gameplay wise, right? So I think it'd be really cool to see what Bungie was and where they started that foundation of having a really core good gameplay that like Halo has, and there's just these like super niche elements in Halo that something about like the pistol being OP, like doing like a 2-kill headshot, something like that, and I don't know. It just Halo overall just like intrigues me with the lore as well. It seems like there's a lot of lore in that. I don't know,
So it sounds like you're saying that you want either the Master Chief Collection or the trilogy. You're not talking like new Halo?
Well, I mean,
because there is a
yeah.
clear difference.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I haven't followed a lot of Halo 5. I know it wasn't taken as well, but I don't think it was received as bad. Am I wrong on that? Do you know the reception of Halo 5?
I remember it was just super underwhelming, and that was very disappointing. So Halo 4 and 5 feel, from what I'm aware of, drastically different from 1, 2, 3, ODST, and Reach.
Gotcha.
Because all of those were made by Bungie.
Right.
4 is when 343 took over.
Right.
And I haven't played anything past Reach, but I think Bungie Halo specifically is the thing that has the magic to it. And again, this is in my own personal opinion. I think something like Destiny fixes that need.
It's a fair point.
Right
It's
now.
a definite fair point. 100%
Because
fair point. Yeah.
I feel like if Halo never happened, and let's just say Bungie is as prominent a name as they are now,
right,
and they tried to make Halo in 2019, I feel like it would be much closer to an experience like Destiny than it would be the original. You know?
Yeah, 100% fair
So
point.
even if Bungie made an exclusive sci-fi shooter for PlayStation, like, you know what I'm trying to get
chances are it'd be a lot like Destiny. Like, chances are, just based on the elements of what we're talking about here and why I was intrigued by Halo. Yeah.
Right. Like, I feel like the atmosphere and the appeal of Halo is present on PS4, just not in name.
Right.
You know? And obviously they're two different goals with the game design, Like, one is meant to keep you playing all the time. One is a campaign-based thing with online multiplayer. So, and Halo then and Destiny now is very much of the times and trends and things like that.
Right.
But, yeah, like, I get where you're coming from with stuff like Killzone, of stuff that never, like, stood up to Halo.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, if Halo was a universal gaming experience, I feel like it would probably either do as well as it is now or would just sell slightly better than Destiny does.
Right.
Right. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting.
Fair point. Yeah. Totally fair point. Fair point. Yeah, I feel that. Do you have another game that you were thinking of, sir?
Well, here's the thing.
Okay. Lay it on me.
Sorry about that. Live on a street. That siren was from outside my window. So for next up, I was struggling here.
Okay.
Because there's rumors of something like a Sunset Overdrive potentially coming to PS4.
That is on my list. Yeah, that is on my list.
Because of Insomniac.
Right.
Gears of War, personally, I've never had an interest in.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Xbox has a lot of indie cred and stuff like Ori we brought up earlier, stuff like Cuphead. It's already like pretty fluid with where it's going, right? So what I decided would be a cool addition to have on the PS4 or the Switch is a little game called Quantum Break.
Oh, okay.
Mainly because, well,
Because
Scrap that.
Oh, really? We're just scratching that. Cause...
Calling an audible.
Oh, no.
Alan Wake.
Okay.
Because the thing is, Alan Wake I've played.
Okay.
I've tasted the appeal of Alan Wake,
Gotcha.
and I feel like the promise and potential of Quantum Break is going to be realized in Control. So we're kind of already getting that.
That's what I was gonna rebel. Yeah, I'm like, hey, like, we're gonna control, but yeah, okay, I feel that.
Alan Wake, I believe the follow up to Max Payne and Max Payne 2 from Remedy. Alan Wake is a very cool video game. It's survival horror. You're in this small town, like Twin Peaks vibe. You're a writer. Your defense is like a flashlight and a gun, and you have to shine it on the monsters, and they can like overcrowd you and stuff. Alan Wake is a very cool survival horror game with a really great story.
Right.
For me, at least, because like one of my favorite vibes in games is like comfy, cozy horror.
Okay.
Like the original Resident Evil. The outside, it feels damp and like depressing. Inside, it's really old, but like there's fires going, and there's like an odd sense of calm throughout the entire mansion.
Okay.
Alan Wake nails that vibe in the same way that something like Stranger Things does, or again Twin Peaks.
I love Stranger Things.
Yeah,
God
it's like
damn.
my favorite thing about it is the vibe,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
it's
feel
nostalgic and comfortable, but it's really off-putting at the same time.
No, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
And me personally, I feel like PlayStation is lacking experiences like that. Like Resident Evil 7 is just like straight up like terrifying horror,
Right.
It doesn't strike the balance like the original does, in my opinion.
Right.
Evil then gets kind of close, but it's still like in an insane asylum most of the time, and you get that aspect to it. So the comfy cozy horror genre, which I'm coining,
Beautiful.
is
Beautiful.
one of the shining stars that I do have experience with is Alan Wake.
Gotcha.
And Alan Wake, I think, is could do really well with a re-release or a remaster or something to get it into the hands of more people, because I do think that was for me again, one of the more appealing aspects to own a 360 back in the day, and is an experience that we don't see much of today.
Right. I see. Yeah.
Do you have any experience with Alan Wake?
No. Not.
Do you know anything about it?
Very, very little. Yeah. Is Alan Wake made by the same people that made oh my god, you just named it. Control.
Max Payne.
No. What am I thinking? See,
Rockstar made Max Payne 3.
That's why. Okay, I'm like, wait, I could have sworn Rockstar made Max Payne, but
No,
okay.
Max Payne was created by
Gotcha. Okay. So Rockstar only made Max Payne 3?
Yes.
That's interesting. Okay.
And I think they still own Max Payne now.
Rockstar owns the IP of Max Payne.
I believe so.
And they just made the third, and they just didn't make anything else.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, deal. Okay, I see.
I'm pretty sure Remedy's track record goes from like starting in this like time period. It goes Max Payne 2, Alan Wake, some Alan Wake DLC, Quantum Break, and Control.
Gotcha.
I think that's their path.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, Alan Wake I feel like fits into a nice type of like a 7.5 out of 10. Really good vibes, cool story, fun to play,
right?
But like still creepy.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, one that I have been dying to play, and I hope the rumors are true that it's coming to Switch, is Ori. I feel every press conference that we've reacted to, if it's a side-scrolling 2D platformer that has vibrant colors and a cool soundtrack, I'm in. Like, consistently I'm in, Dead Cells.
I have one to recommend to you after this, actually.
Okay,
just
definitely. Yeah, Dead Cells, why I love it. Celeste, why I love it, along with the story of Celeste. Messenger, same thing. Katana Zero's looking like it's going to be the same thing, So that's definitely my type of 2D. But the only thing that, I don't know if this is a weird thing that I have. I don't know if it's a unique thing. If it's not, let me know. But I feel like I have a harder time playing 2D platformers like that on a big display as opposed to a handheld thing. And I don't know why. I have no idea why. I think it maybe has something to do with the screen size, but to me, like, I feel most comfortable playing those types of games in a portable format. You know?
I think you're not wrong with having that sentiment about a game like that
Yeah, I don't know why. Like
because
because I have played those types of games on my TV, for example. Like I played the End of Messenger on it. You know,
yeah.
I played Dead Cells on this. You know, I
Mhm.
can, but I feel most comfortable in the handheld format, and I have no idea why. I don't get it.
I do think some games just lend themselves better to being on handheld. Like, for example, I tried the demo of the Persona dancing game,
Gotcha.
and that's input based. It's like triangle, circle, X, and then up, left, down
Uh huh.
on both sides of the screen, and like it's same kind of concept as Guitar Hero. Like a button goes through a thing, and then when it hits the button on the screen, you're supposed to press it timed right.
Okay.
Almost impossible to play on a TV
Mm,
because I'm like missing. I'm like looking left, right, up, down, and like trying to find out like what's coming where.
right.
But Persona 4 Dancing All Night came out on the Vita.
It did.
The Vita's right in front of you. You see that whole screen just directly where you're looking.
I think that might be a happen part. Yeah.
You know what? You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that makes
getting at?
sense.
Like,
Yeah.
if you can see everything that's happening on screen, and you have to pretty much always be aware of everything that's happening on screen, especially with like an intensive platformer like something like
Right.
Celeste, like you said, I get wanting to see everything without having to move your eyes.
Yeah, because that's the same notion I use for FPSs. Like, especially Twitch competitive FPSs.
Hmm.
I want to play on a smaller screen, and it's because I want to see as much screen as I can without moving my eyes, and thus causing more stress to it. You know,
Yeah.
overall, because the more your eye moves, the more stress you're gonna have on that whatever. So if you're looking on like a 70-inch screen, you know, if you're looking at your HUD, like at the mini map, your eyes are gonna strain easily. You know, but probably same science as to why I don't know why it is, but I would love to see Ori on the Switch. I hope those rumors are true. The overall aesthetic and feel of Ori is something that I have been wanting to play for a long time. So
Yeah,
that was yeah.
it's got a cool art style. Like I like the watercolory
Mhm.
nature of it, you know?
Mhm.
I think there's a lot of pretty sweet imagery in there. I think the character design is cool, you know?
Yeah.
Like
It just
it's
looks super
minimalist, but
unique.
it's
It looks really
still
unique. Yeah.
like very appealing.
I like it. I like it a lot. So that's what I've been hopefully yearning for. But if I had to pick, I'd definitely play on Switch, obviously. But yeah, yeah. So hopefully that comes too. But you mentioned something. This is gonna be a quick interjection
Yes.
for the main topic at hand, right?
Mhm.
There's been a
Um,
yes.
there's a game that I've seen a couple outlets highlight
Uh huh.
because the way you play it, it's a 2D platformer, but it's like you control it and you have to think about it in the same way you think about pinball,
Huh.
and it's very colorful. I think it's like $10 on Switch.
Okay.
It's called Yoku's Island Express.
I've seen that on the eShop. I've seen that. I've seen that.
Yes.
Huh.
It's a
Huh.
very colorful 2D platformer.
Off a first impression, it didn't seem like a game that I'd be into. But if you
Look at some
recommend it,
videos.
okay,
Look at some
okay.
videos. I've seen
Because
because
I
the
haven't
thing is,
seen
I got
gameplay.
close to
Yeah.
buying it before, and I've
Okay.
heard a lot of people like really say, "Hey, this is legit good,"
Okay.
and a sequel would be even better.
Okay.
So
I'll-
worth looking into.
I will add to the list, but again, quick interjection for this.
Yeah.
I know there's been an ongoing discussion on this podcast about me and Ever playing Persona, right? And you told me, hey Kev, before you buy Persona 4 Golden and try it on the Vita, right? Before you make that commitment, you know what I'm saying? Wait until Persona 5S gets announced and see if it's a Switch port,
Yeah.
right? And it came out that it is not the case.
Okay,
Persona
sorry.
5
I thought when you said you wanted to do an interjection, you were referencing when I said I have a recommendation for you later.
Oh,
My
completely
bad.
not that. Yeah,
Yeah,
because you brought Persona.
gotcha. So
It's completely not related to the topic.
yeah, a tangent went into a tangent. So at this point, I would, if you want to try 4, probably try 4. But if you want to do Persona 5, which I think is probably the easiest accessible Persona game,
Okay.
maybe wait for Persona 5 R,
Right.
because that's gonna have like
A lot of
a new character, new scenarios, new options,
Okay.
an extra month. And a month in Persona
I
is
don't know
pretty
what
much
that means,
like,
but like okay.
well, like I don't want to say how long of a span you go to, but you play like I put 125 hours into Persona 5. Across that entire game, there's almost a full year in-game time.
Huh.
So adding an extra month in there, getting closer to a year, might buff it up a little bit.
See, that is the biggest thing, right? Like, I want to try Persona. I want to see what the hullabaloo is, right?
Yes.
But I don't know if I'll ever have the time to truly get through one. Like, they sound intimidating as hell of the time that you need for this game.
The thing is, they're not really, because I started Persona 5 in April of 2017.
Uh-huh.
I finished it in January of 2018 because I was playing like a couple nights a week for maybe an hour each night.
Wait, April 2018 and then December 2019?
No, April 2017 to January 2018.
Okay, so about what, 7-8 months, give or take, something like
About,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
So the thing is, I was playing it pretty consistently because the thing is, the way that the Persona games are broken up is it's like really like a thing happens, you choose what you want to do on say April 11th. You do that thing April 11th, you spend your time doing that thing. April 12th happens after you finish that. And then like it's broken up in a way that would really suit the Switch, being honest. But I think Persona 4 Golden might be a good thing to check out and then put your Vita to rest.
Don't tell me that, Christian. Christian, why you have to do... Christian, you had to do
Just being realistic.
You had to do me like that, man. The Vita's never gonna die. The Vita's never gonna die, okay?
Right, because it already did.
Stop! People haven't experienced Freedom Wars enough. They need to play Freedom Wars.
Make a Freedom Wars 2 and put it on Switch or PS4 or PS5.
Or just everyone just buy Vitas. Come on, it's not too late.
It is.
I know it is. But
It's too late in 2015.
Damn. Kill my soul. 4 years ago? Sheesh.
Do you have any other Xbox pulls you want to talk about?
Honestly, Gears of War is one of them.
I got one in the chamber still, but you want to talk about Gears of War?
Yeah, I mean, other than Gears of War and like Sunset Overdrive's a big one, just because Sunset, I want to see like where the roots of the, I guess I don't know, because like I think it's safe to say that in terms of traversal and movement within a world, I believe a lot of what Spider-Man derived from a studio technical standpoint was laid down in Sunset.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's safe to assume and safe to agree
100%,
with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, and like when you look at like Spider-Man Combat, I feel that definitely leans heavily from Ratchet and Clank, especially 2015. Yeah. You know, I think those are safe things to say. So I would just really like to see, Sunset on PS4, just to kind of see where that started, and just the game generally looks fun. You know, it looks very fluid and fast, and the grinding reminds me a lot of the grinding and combat just reminds me a lot, and the nostalgia wise of Infamous. You know.
Oh yeah.
Back when you would do that, you know, so I'm like, oh man, like oof.
Like the grinding on the rails and stuff.
Yeah. So definitely, that's what I would like to see Sunset on PS4, but I don't know if it ever will be. I have no idea. Hopefully. But Gears of War, probably for the same reasons almost as Halo, and I think it's just because like the lore standpoint, you know.
Okay.
And I know like Gears of War has been like known, I think, as far as I'm aware, to have a lot of like hard hitting moments in their stories that they aren't afraid to like kill off like main characters or do a lot of big things, as far as I'm aware, you know.
Okay.
Like I know there's some epic part. Have you heard about like, oh my god, like
I know about the thing with the guy's wife.
that, and then something with the African American character in Gears of War. Something big happens there.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Is that the guy with? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, well yeah, that is it. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
There seem to be some big emotional moments that happen in Gears of War that I would like to know the hullabaloo about. You know, that's all.
Gears of War never super appealed to me outside of the horde mode thing.
That as well. Yeah. And,
yeah.
And plus the overall gameplay. I mean, any third person cover based shooter, I'm really down for. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's a general statement that I can make. I'm pretty much down to play it.
Yeah, I can get down with it as long as it's like engaging past like the whack-a-mole aspect, of like hiding cover until they pop out, then bam, bam, bam.
Right.
Like Uncharted, I don't love Uncharted because of its gameplay,
Yeah, same. No, same, 100%.
On the surface level, at least with me, Gears of War doesn't hit as like it's not as interesting to me as something like Uncharted, but the horde mode does interest me, and it did at the time when it came out. And Gears is still really successful.
Yeah. I'll say the Gears color palette is not something that I'm looking in. It looks very like 2006, 2008 era. Like, oh, let's be a serious shooter and like have grungy colors and be dramatic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the 360 color palette in general wasn't my.
It's all a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of gray brown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But,
I guess someone's asking about my comments. The Starks wants to know about my Uncharted opinion.
Oh, here we go. Oh no.
I don't think that Uncharted has bad gameplay.
Yeah, same.
Because it's solid, but it is rinse and repeat in a lot of scenarios.
No, yeah, that's why I stand by Christian's statement here. Like, Uncharted gameplay, like, it's serviceable. It's
yeah.
I would say it's fun.
Yeah, but
it's not the main reason why I'm playing Uncharted. Yeah.
Right. At the same time, it's like I'm playing this game to get to the next cutscene.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm playing Uncharted to see an adventure story. See the characters, how they develop, how they grow, how they change. You know what I'm saying? Like what they go through, the crazy set pieces. Like that's what makes Uncharted to me at least. Not the gameplay. Even though the gameplay is a way for you to get to those points that we're talking about.
Yeah. Honestly, I have a better time climbing things on Uncharted than I do shooting things. The exploration and the puzzles factor? And the climbing of Uncharted is more appealing to me than the cover-based monster closets,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like the grapple hook in Uncharted 4 I thought was very fun.
Yeah, I'm sure that's good.
Oh, I forgot you never played Uncharted. Gosh, dang.
Yeah.
God,
but no, but like
my soul.
Like something sticking out of my head right now is like the shipyard in Uncharted 3. Mm-hmm. Stealth is cool. I like the climbing. I like the suspense there. Mm. But when I have to shoot like 50 dudes in that area while I'm going through these guys, I'm not like pinned down.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm talking that way about Gears of War. Like if I'm pinned down constantly and I got that chainsaw thing and like that's the cool part, not super appealing. But the horde mode aspect where it's like constantly being overwhelmed, having to run around, that's what's appealing to me at least.
Right. Christian, real talk. Before you go to your last game, right?
Yeah.
What's it going to take for you to play Uncharted 4? What's it going to take? What do I have to put on the table for you to play Uncharted 4? Because I need to know how you feel about Uncharted 4.
It's just me having the time to be able to sit down and play through it in a weekend. That's really it.
Okay.
So once I'm out for the summer, I'm probably going to play it by the end of June.
Okay. We're okay. So
because the thing is, last summer I played in Platinum's Uncharted 3. I'm probably doing 4 this summer.
I want this experience to be the same way that I played Red Dead 1. During that season of time last October.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying? I want to know how you're feeling through every beat. I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know. All right. So we're gonna say sometime in the summer.
Yeah, I'll probably have it platinumed by next semester.
Interesting.
Also, I disagree about Uncharted 3 Shipyard being awful. I actually kind of like that environment, and I think it's not awful. Terrible.
No, I don't think it's awful.
It's actually one of my favorite set pieces from Uncharted 3. I really like the shipyard. It's annoying, but like I think intentionally.
There's a similar one in Uncharted 4 that I think you'll probably like, and I've seen people play that on the hardest difficulty, and that is brutal. I've heard brutal things about that, and I've seen brutal things about that level.
I mean, I played 3 on Crushing, so I played through that shipyard on Crushing.
All right, so
if you're persistent and you do one at a time and then just wait for them to go back to their patrols, not that frustrating.
Death Race Train.
But
What is your last game, good sir?
closing this out, I want to end on a nostalgia pick. I mentioned a Rare game earlier, like Rare,
The
Rareware.
developer. Yeah.
Yeah. Viva Pinata.
Damn, I thought you were gonna bring up. Damn, okay.
What,
Viva
Banjo?
Yeah.
No, Banjo. Donkey Kong 64 is better than Banjo, but I won't go into that. So Viva Pinata was one of the first Xbox games I got. It came with the Xbox. Real fun game.
What is it? Like, what's the
It's-
what's the genre? What's the gameplay loop? I've just heard of it, and like I know the
It's so-
logo.
yeah.
I've just never. Yeah.
It's like kind of a sim. Like you have this plot of land and you like plant things, you build structures, it attracts pinatas, and then you take care of the pinatas. Like it's really relaxing.
It sounds a little bit like the vibes. No, I could be completely wrong, but it's, from what you've said, little here, right? It sounds a lot like of the appeal that most people have with Animal Crossing.
Kind of, but it's less direct. It's more like you're making decisions, and then those decisions have consequences in your plot of land
Right.
and what pinatas come to you.
Okay.
Where Animal Crossing is more like you're living in there. This is
God.
more like you're playing God.
God, okay, I see. Speaking of
So-
God, I can't fucking wait until Animal Crossing. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
God, that on the Switch, fuck me up. But
Yeah.
I guess one that I thought of, like Recore.
Recore is interesting.
I heard it was meh, but like upper meh, like pretty good meh, but still meh.
Like what? Like Days Gone?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. Recore was one that I saw on the list when we thought of this topic, but when I looked at Recore again, I was reminded of how I felt when I saw it the first time, where I was like, "This looks cool, but it looks like they wanted to make Horizon,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it looks
and they
like
didn't have the resources."
it looks like they have like really cool ideas.
Yeah, like similar to Horizon, like the taking over the machine, and like you have the orb thing, and the orb is the
Yeah.
thing that inhabits everything.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
It looks really cool. I just feel like they never made a cool world to accompany that cool factor. I don't know. Maybe I'm
I
wrong.
don't even think this is just from seeing the trailers and hearing general impressions.
Mhm.
I don't even think it was that. I think they might have just been too ambitious because I'm pretty sure it's open world or like
Yeah, it is. It is.
pretty
I believe.
big open spaces.
Yeah, it is.
But if they made just like a really tight narrative with that world, I feel like that could have been cool.
yeah.
So,
Stark
but
said,
we're not Xbox players,
that,
so
yeah, that's true. Stark says, any thoughts on Days Gone? I talked about it earlier, but yeah, it's it is what it is.
So that was a nice little topic spawned by Cuphead, which
Indeed.
honestly, out of all these games, Cuphead is probably the best quality
Which is
that we
which
talked
is
about,
interesting at even
to me at least.
Mm,
My personal taste of things,
gotcha.
but we're getting close
Oop.
to a little event called E3,
Yes, we are.
and I didn't tell you about this beforehand.
Okay, definitely. Okay, wing it on me.
I would like
Mhm.
to close out the next few episodes of the show
Mhm.
with one wish from each of us about something that will happen at this year's E3.
Okay, I like
If you
it.
need a moment, you can.
Do you
But,
want?
well, I have one locked.
Do you want like my little light softball type prediction, or do you want like
No, I want like crazy stuff.
you want
Not
crazy
even predictions. I want wishes.
wishes? Okay, so
Yes.
it doesn't have to be in the realm of actually going to happen, but
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
So here's mine. I thought of this morning and it's been on my mind.
All right.
I think / hope / would not be surprised.
Mhm.
The Square Enix stage or whatever they're doing Monday night in place of PlayStation.
Right.
They've got to have something big, right?
I feel like the only sole principle of them having to do something big is maybe this is all BS, right?
Mhm.
But to swoop in, because I was wondering who was going to take Sony's spot.
Right. I thought Capcom was going to do something. Maybe show off some Resident Evil 8 stuff.
Yeah.
That Monster Hunter expansion, a new fighting game.
I just
So.
feel like whoever was going to they gotta come swinging, right?
Yeah, they need to have at least a big thing.
They gotta bring something, right? But,
So here's what I'm saying. This is a wish.
okay, okay.
I wish that night at E3, Square Enix walks out. They say, this is a project we've been working on for a while. Want to show it off to you. Enjoy. Thanks for coming. This is the thing they close on.
Right.
Whoever's talking walks off stage. The Marvel logo fades up.
That's lit.
Fades out.
Let's go, baby.
And then a selection of a very cool, very good 70s pop song starts.
Oh no. Okay.
Fades into space.
Guardians. Okay.
And we get the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. Oh wait, with
And the Guardians of the Galaxy game gets revealed. And come to find out later on in the year, Avengers gets pushed to next gen for PS5 to make that game as good as it can be. But Guardians sounds like it's aiming for some Tomb Raider Uncharted scope. I feel like that's more realistic. I'm on Guardians revealed, either 2019 or 2020 date. We get a Guardians of the Galaxy action game.
I like it.
And then Avengers, save Avengers, because like we're kind of like, it's weird to launch a game as a service at the end of a generation. Division, I feel like, was the cutoff for like launching a brand new game as a service. You know, if 2020 fall, maybe even spring is when we're getting the next gen of consoles, hold off.
Okay.
Don't push Avengers out to a dying console.
Right.
Avengers is a big enough name, and I feel like they can take their time with it to the point where, like, hey, we have an Avengers online ambitious game. It's like we need the PS5 to be able to do it well.
Or the next gen Xbox, yeah, etc.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But Guardians, fun time, story-based game, Uncharted, Tomb Raider scale, like I said. And it's been in development for a long time, or at least it's been rumored. The Guardians game, I don't know if it was ever confirmed, but like we heard, like, oh, hey, Eidos is doing Guardians and Crystal Dynamics is doing Avengers. So
I have one.
That's my wish.
This is gonna be very, very fucking bold, right?
Let's hear it.
And this came to my mind yesterday. Actually, I was looking at the 1.2 billion made by Endgame, right?
Okay.
And I was looking to see, like, okay, what does it have to overcome to become number one, right? You know, and I was seeing, like, it was like, you already know, it was like, you know, Endgame was Endgame was like 1.2, you know what I'm saying? And then I saw at number one, you know, with a little movie called Avatar, right?
Yeah, dude.
Now, I know a lot of you are probably not aware, and I know a lot of you don't remember, and that's fine, because I forget probably every 6 months, legit. But Ubisoft actually announced a fully fledged Avatar game. I want to say back in 2014.
I think it was 2017.
I remember making a video about it on my separate channel. Like, I still have a video about, like, when they announced it, whatever. And they still have not said a single fucking thing, as far as I'm aware, about it.
Yeah.
Like, at all. Like, they've said actually nothing, you know? Like, at least with the Avengers project, at least, like, they've said little things here and there, you know? They, like, acknowledged its existence, I believe. Other than that separate trailer that they first announced it at, you know? I think Avengers project,
maybe like
right?
once.
I feel like it's been said, you know? But even to that test, like, at least it's been said. Like,
I think they might have said no Avengers at E3.
Yeah, but even that, you know, at least you're saying something, right? Ubisoft has literally not said a thing, as far as I'm aware, about the Avatar game. And I don't know if it's dead. I don't know where it is. Are they saving it for when the movies start pumping out in the next few years here?
Yeah.
You know?
So, I'm actually writing a paper about Avatar for one of my classes.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
And how fascinating it is that it's become a franchise with only one movie.
Very, very true. It's weird.
It's insane to me. And Ubisoft actually already made an Avatar game in 2009.
Actually, pause. Pause. Two things. One, it's called Ubisoft. Ubiquitous software, right?
Ubiquitous.
Fuck. Colin said it was Ubisoft. Isn't it Ubisoft?
Listen to any person who presents on Ubisoft stage.
Am I the idiot?
if they work for the
I'm
company,
really the idiot. I'm really the idiot right now, for real.
yeah,
I
it's
am the idiot?
Ubisoft.
Damn. I thought it was Colin that was like, no, it's Ubisoft. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'll say Ubisoft now.
It's Ubisoft.
Damn, it'd be like that. Anyway, I did play that Avatar game on the PSP. Is that what you're talking about?
It came out on the PSP, 360,
Yeah.
DS. It came out on a lot of things.
I played it on my PSP Go.
Yeah.
I played the game to completion. Yeah.
But Avatar 2 is coming out December 2020.
That
I think
seems
James Cameron has been consulted for the game. I know Massive, the people behind The Division, are working on Avatar, the game. So, and they're using the Snowdrop engine,
Snowdrop.
which was used for Division. So, I could see it, like I could see it
Being
like close their conference,
Yeah.
and be like maybe like a little tease, maybe just like Pandora, and then like the dragon flies through or something.
Oh,
But,
though I forgot how cool those mounts are. I forgot. They are really
Yeah, dude.
cool. Dude, goddamn wait. I forgot about
Dude,
that.
Avatar's cool.
Avatar's
People crap
cool
on
as
Avatar
fuck.
a lot.
No,
Avatar's cool.
Avatar's cool. I will say that. I will stand by
Yeah.
that.
I watched
Avatar's
it again
cool.
for the first time in like a decade over spring break. It's a good movie.
I haven't seen it in a while, but I bet it's so good. Just that scene of like not crouching, but like connecting with your mount. I don't know what it's called,
Yeah.
but like I forgot what that flying dude's called, but I'm just saying mount. But like having that connect with your mount and having to do a whole type deal, go find it, whatever, and link your ponytails. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, so I could see, how Ubisoft likes to close their conference with a thing, like a new thing. I feel like closing it with Avatar, and it's weird because you have to like think about now Disney has some rights over Avatar, James Cameron has creative control, like when things get revealed.
Right.
He's announced some casting for Avatar recently, like Avatar's
Yeah.
being in the news.
I saw
more
on Twitter. Yeah. I saw on Twitter. Yeah.
So I don't think it's super out of the question,
I think they.
especially if it's going to be a game as a service.
Yeah. I think they open with Watch Dogs 3, and they close with Avatar.
That'd be something.
I think that's their 1-2 punch. In the middle, they have their Rainbow Six Siege event. They have their Division 2 stuff. Probably not Far Cry.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
There we go.
Kaz Harai, we make these wishes in your honor. Please make them come true.
R.I.P. Kaz
And I will keep track of these things as the weeks go on, and then see how E3 goes.
Okay. Do we want
We'll see
to?
if you listened or not.
Do we want to do like a cross circle before E3 and be like, hey, this is the culmination of our
Sure,
things
yeah.
and any last We'll
Yeah, sure.
We'll do
You
something.
can do that.
Plus, we need to talk about how we're covering E3 on this channel with
Exactly.
the obvious, not Sony being there. So we'll see. But
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But that has been episode 36 of Cross Circle. Kevin, where can the people find you if they want to see your opinions on things?
down here in the lower third, follow me on my Twitter thread journey of this Days Gone thing.
Oh, yeah.
Start a thread. Let me know how you feel about Days Gone, guys. I don't know. I know it's shaky, but I think I'm enjoying it. I think I'm enjoying the game. But definitely follow me on there. And where can the good people find you, Christian?
You can find me on Twitter at Chris N. Buckley. You can also find me on several shows over on youtube.com/joyclicks, including Excelsior, a Marvel podcast where we talk Marvel news and review Marvel things. Shout out to the Starks. You commented on the Endgame review. Shout out.
Shout out.
And we're taking next week off, but after that, we are coming back with
Oh, wait, we are?
no, sorry, on Excelsior.
Oh! Wow, okay, my bad.
I want to update the people.
I was like, oh, interesting. I didn't know that, but okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so we're changing from Marvel news and the MCU review to Marvel news and Marvel graphic novel / comic reviews. If you want to start trying to dip your toes into reading some comics.
Okay, I dig it.
And yeah, I think it'll be a good time because we're gonna pick like more contained things. Like
feel
things that are like maybe 6 issues only,
Yeah,
or graphic novels, very
not a
contained.
part of this granular storyline, like something very...
Right.
Right, okay.
Not something with like 100, 900
Yeah.
issues, maybe like 17 to 20 max, probably around like 10 issues, all contained in one thing.
The Spider-Man PS4 comics are releasing slowly but surely. I think there's a few issues out. Maybe you can Touch base on
There
that.
are, I believe, overall that series has 6. The first episode for the graphic novel review will be on Spider-Man Blue, which is available on Comixology Unlimited. One of my favorites. Highly recommend.
I've been wanting to subscribe to a service like that. I
You
have
can
an
get a month for
iPad.
free.
I have an iPad. I think it might be cool. Hang out, kick it, chill. Because I've never like I've had comics before. I've just never like consumed it as like a media consumption, not media, but like a overall consumption thing. But I don't know. Maybe I have to think about it. We'll see.
I highly recommend Spider-Man Blue.
Perhaps.
So check that out
Perhaps.
if you're feeling.
Perhaps we might.
But that will do it. And until next time.
Greatness awaits.